Same article, bold prediction. Elijah Moore will have 60-plus yards receiving, 9 targets a week ago, but managed just, so that was before the bye, just 28 yards. Expect the volume to be there, especially since he may often draw Alante Taylor, who is allowed 1.9 yards per coverage snap, third most among slot corners. And I hesitate anything. I'd like to see more from Elijah Moore. They got to find something in the passing game. Tillman looks like it's there. I'd love to see Judy and Njoku more involved as well.
Yeah, it becomes a point where you're talking about a lot of mouths to feed to try to figure out if these guys have futures with the Browns. And right now, Cedric Tillman's got that hot hand, and you got to lean on that because you've got a young second-year wide receiver who looks on the verge of wanting to bust out and break onto the scene as a NFL starting top tier kind of number one for a team, and you cannot risk like taking some of those targets away from him. And I think Jameis has really liked leaning on Jerry Judy and David Njoku in his athleticism and the mismatches that he can catch. It's hard for me to really predict a big game from Elijah Moore. I know he's had a good game when Jameis threw for over 300 yards, but I look at him as like the fourth, maybe fifth option, depending on where you are in the game and how other guys are playing. And it's just really hard for me to kind of predict a big stat line when you're not in the top two or three options.
Yeah, and again, I want to see get the ball in Njoku's hands and Judy's hands where they can get some yard after catch, hit them in stride, let them do what they do well. We haven't really seen that to the level we thought we would this year.
Yeah, for sure. It just seems like there's been so many situations where the balls that are thrown at some of these yards after catch guys have been thrown in a way that it doesn't allow for them to move after they catch the ball. There's not a lot of separation, or they're in a congested area in some situations where they're not able to run. We've seen it some. We've seen it some. They've given them some opportunities, and they've been able to capitalize on it when they do it. It's just I think some of the route concepts and some of the balls haven't really led the guys in such a way that they have been hit in stride so that they can keep going. I thought we saw some of that stuff from Jameis in his first start. So I think they got to focus on trying to get back to some of the things where they just look for quick and easy answers and let their guys do what their guys are paid to do.